All right, Panther fans. Stu's got his victory cigar, and that's what matters. That's it. We get 2 points. Boring game. Everybody knows it. But we were talking about it, and the thing that made it more boring than anything was the lateness, because you get to 11 o'clock at night, and it's a boring hockey game, and that's it. And then the next thing you know, oh wait, I guess there's only 8 minutes left. Oh, good. I'll try to keep my one good eye open at this point. Still, a win is a win.
Not so much the late game, just a terrible team.
Well, yeah.
I mean, I feel bad for the Arizona fans. I mean, first of all, they almost didn't get in the door.
Right.
They didn't pay their bills. I mean,
right.
That's embarrassing. But that franchise lives on, in spite of the fact they got a really bad team. I mean, 12 points at this point in time is pretty pathetic. So if we would have gone in and lost, like we lost to Seattle when we had a chance for the all-time record, it would have been really embarrassing. But we had that one span there, that 10-second span where we popped in 2 goals, boom, up 2-0, and I really expected a 5-0, 5-1 blowout.
Right.
But it wasn't one of those games where we had our foot on the gas like we normally do.
No.
I guess they didn't feel like they needed to turn the juice on, which is okay.
Right.
If they were saving everything for Sunday night.
Right.
When we really have a tough battle. I mean, I always look forward to seeing Colorado because it's the McKinnon versus Barkov show.
Right. And hopefully Barkov.
Most people, if you go around the league, think that McKinnon's a better player, and I'll say hands down that Barkov is an all-around better player.
Right.
But we'll see.
Yeah, I like the idea that they probably could have played last night, but I like that they gave Barkov and Duke the extra night off, specifically, like you say, probably for the Colorado game on Sunday. Let's talk about a little bit Ulevy. I think it's Ulevy. I heard Steve Goldstein call him Ulevy. Yeah.
Only Ulevy.
Yeah.
Ulevy. With a P. Oh, Ulevy.
Yeah, Ulevy. Yeah.
Yeah, he looks scared. I mean, of course it's to be expected. It's his first game.
Right. Yeah, the bad giveaway in the first period.
At least 2, maybe 3 bad giveaways.
Is that right? I saw the one.
Well, he tried to dump it around. He tried to go up the board. They were just bad decisions with the puck, and I think he was just like, don't let me get caught making a bad mistake and causing a goal type of mentality. So it was the quicker he could get rid of it and be away from the puck, then the better. But listen, we had criticism, in the first couple of games. So let's just hope it was first game jitters.
Right.
Well, let's hope that he gets over it. And boy, I would love to have Chychrun. Saying it forever. Boy, that would forget about the hometown boy comes home, scenario.
Right.
He's just a really good, solid defenseman.
Yep.
But that's Arizona's, one of Arizona's key players.
Yeah.
I don't see them trading him unless we gave him a deal they couldn't resist. But he would be a really nice addition.
So just for shits and giggles, for Toronto, Vichari, and Tippett.
I don't think they're going in the same trade, to be honest with you.
No.
I think if anything, it's going to be, one of those guys and a defense.
Right. Yeah, I guess you're right. We would have to give up. We'd have to make some room on the defense on the blue line. You're right. That's a good point.
You got Achari, Tippett, and Vetrano, all, as far as I'm concerned, on the outside looking in.
Yeah, no. I'd like to keep Vetrano for the playoff run. I mean, the injuries that we've had this year, it's hard to look at Vetrano or Achari and just say, we don't need them, because Next week it could be totally different. You know what I mean? But with Tippett, I wrote about this in the article. He only played last night because Duclair didn't, and he didn't do anything to. he did what he's been doing. It's like you're watching him and he's not playing bad. He's just not making anything happen. And then now the last few games he's taking penalties and getting the puck stolen away where that wasn't even happening before. So obviously he's struggling confidence-wise. I mean, we know he's a better player than that, but on another team, on a team like Arizona or somebody, like Buffalo, he's going to get a couple of years to sort through that stuff. But with this team, Mammon's come in and taken his job. There's just no way around it.
Yep. Well, listen, I to this player, and I respect that, but I tell you like it is. And I told you, it was starting to go downhill for him, and now, he's off the Huberto line, and he's lost. He's really lost.
Yeah,
I feel bad, but by the same token, you look at a kid like Lundell that came in with the same high expectations, okay, right. And he's delivered.
Yep,
he's lived up to those expectations.
Right.
Tippett unfortunately hasn't done that.
Yeah, so, no, I know.
So I think the handwriting's on the wall.
Yeah.
I really do.
Let's just hope we get something,
That's the key.
Right.
That's the key. But if Zito was to target anybody, Chychrun would be the guy for two reasons. Number one, he's a really good player, and right. Number two, for PR purposes,
right,
because the kid's from Boca Raton.
Right.
It's a great story.
Yeah, of course, unless one of the going backs is Chase Prisky, then we're just trading homegrown for homegrown, right? But all right, so look, last night was not. There's not a whole lot. Let's just be honest. There's not a whole lot to get into with last night. The big thing coming up now, obviously, is Sunday, and that's where we got. I was looking at the standings, before the game last night. You mentioned, Panthers are the first team to get the 40 points, but I mean, a point here, a point there is going to make the difference between the top seed and the sixth seed in the conference. I mean, everybody is within a point of each other, all six teams, and then there's a huge drop off.
Rangers are at 39 points.
Right.
I told you, said Kane's Panthers, and I'm telling you, I think it's going to be either the Rangers or the Capitals. I don't think Carolina's doing it this year, just like I don't think. And again, the Panthers just have to do their thing, and win the division. I win the division. They're in control of home ice, and this year again, home ice is going to be really important,
right?
Because of the of the way we play at home versus the way we play on the road. Even though you got to win those games on the road, if it comes down to it, we got Game 7. And that building will be full.
Right. That will make a big difference. I'm not a huge fan of the idea of going up against Shesterkin and Gallant in the finals, because Gallant's got that writing on the wall. Gallant's got the coach that's been almost a few times, and all of a sudden he's got the hot goalie, and that's how it happens for those coaches. Those are the ones that end up, and we don't have a coach that's been there a half a dozen times already. So that's why I'm like, not that Rob Brindamore is lesser. I just something about playing the Shesterkin. I'm still scarred from Patrick Waugh. Okay, I want nothing to do with the hot goalie who's just carrying the team in the playoffs.
Well, he's hot now.
Yeah, I know.
Different story when we get in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Bob has that great a track record, but
right.
It's gonna, listen, we still got a lot of season to play, so I'm not even gonna project what's gonna happen in the playoffs.
Right.
My only hope is that we are 100% healthy by the time we get there.
Yeah, no, we absolutely.
If we're missing a Barkov, we're in trouble. We're missing a Barkov and a Duclair. Right. We're in more trouble.
Yeah, no, I think we could.
And God forbid a million times, and let's just say it, another key player gets hurt. we're done.
Well, I mean, the thing of it is, we were talking about on the live stream last night, and hopefully this latest thing, since it's different for Barkov, and maybe the answer to this question. We were talking about it. When do the players have to commit 100% with the Olympics in terms of, yes, I'm going, or no, I'm not going to go? Or is it they already said they're going to go, but then if they get injured, they can back out? Don't know. Yeah, I didn't know either. I tried to look it up really quick, but there wasn't anything. I was thinking maybe we'd ask George or somebody, because that is a good question in terms of Barkov, because hopefully, how many injuries? I mean, this is 3 times now this year. That the hope would be that they're just going to try to watch his ice time until the Olympic break and then let him sit home and rest, because that's what he's going to need. You know what I mean? If nothing else, if everybody else goes, just sit Barkov home, because we've never seen him. I mean, 3 injuries in 1 year, and the one where it was pretty significant. He was out for, I don't know if he was out for exactly 3 weeks.
You don't think that that management is talking to him? You don't think that Zito is kind of saying,
Well, that's what I'm hoping.
They can't tell him he can't go, but
well, that's just it.
I'm sure that's on his mind. But yeah. I mean, again, the Olympics is not like it was years and years ago. Okay.
Right.
Pride, playing for your country, blah, 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 blah. I don't think it's worth it.
Right. No, we agree.
You put the Stanley Cup here, you put the Olympics here. Okay, Sasha, what's more important to you?
Right. Yeah.
An Olympic gold medal or the Stanley Cup?
Right, exactly. So, no, we agree there. So let's just hope with that. Other than that, I guess we should see Bob on Sunday. I would assume we're going to see Bobrovsky against the Avalanche.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, they made a big mistake. They should have played Bobrovsky, played night against Arizona. I don't know what they would. I don't know what they would think.
Right. Yeah.
I really don't know what they were thinking.
Right.
Then Bob would have had a few days rest.
Yeah. Right.
Would have had almost over a week's rest.
Right. I mean, not that he had a heavy workload last night. So, maybe that was part of the plan last night, was just to play, not to take any chances, just to, play as solid defensively as we could to keep him, as fresh and rested as we could. You know what I mean? Because like you said, we didn't really put the gas on. It's just like we got the one goal, and then the second one just went in. That was it.
The most we got was in Fort Notty. And I told you we've repped it up to 6th gear. Yeah. But all right. The big thing is we got you can't go back and be pissed off, but I'm still, because obvious game, but we actually lost that game. That's a point we should have had, an extra point we should have had.
Right.
So, we still have the best record in the league. And as long as we continue to do that, I'm not going to play fantastic every night. But I will say this Sunday, because Colorado, it's like 2 gunslingers.
Right.
Oh, I was like shaking that McKinnon played last night. I think McKinnon played last night.
Right. Yeah, that's right.
And I'm shaking my head because he got hit the other night, and I thought that was a definite concussion, that he's going to be out weeks. I even posted something like, that was, a horrible hit, and that player should be suspended 25 games. Blah, blah, blah. And then I read that he played last night. So I find that astonishing, that he takes a hit like that. Concussion.
Right. Yeah. Especially considering, we've seen how long Marchment's been out. And
I was thinking to the fact that was what McKinnon got was a worse hit than what Marchment got.
Right. Right,
So
right.
I guess you never know. But
No, I mean it's so it depends so much on the angle that you get hit and what your neck does. You know, if your neck doesn't move, you know, in that extra quarter inch and let your head take the blow, then you get the concussion. But if your neck takes, you know, takes the extra hit, then you just end up with a really bad stiff neck, and you know your head's okay. I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen to guys.
That's gonna be a really tough game. McKinnon is, you know, in that list of Panther killers.
Right. Yeah.
And I worry about their power play is just insane. So,
well, we didn't look great on the PK. That was an anomaly to me, though, the way we looked. I mean, we did not look good on the PK last night. We were just letting them. We weren't attacking the puck carrier or anything. We were just completely just allowing them to pass the puck around, and it did end up getting one. It literally had the look last night that they were consciously, let's just get out of here with 2 points and use as little energy as possible. And you know, I know
agreed.
some people would say, oh well, they're professionals, but I think because they're professionals, they're not stupid. Arizona's a bad team. This isn't like a Devils or you know an Islanders team that still has some players that could really, you know, put a hurting on you if you don't come out and play well. Arizona is it's tough to watch.
Yeah.
And they had a decent number of people in the stands. It wasn't like they had people there. And even when they would score, when they scored or they do something where they almost had a goal and everything, the fans are just silent. They're not saying, they're just like, why are you there? You know, there was no energy, no excitement whatsoever. And I mean, I get it. I do get it. It's tough because the fans wanting to go and support the team, but at the same point, they're not really into the game, you know. So it's
So
hard all the way around.
Look this up real quick if you could. How many draft picks does Arizona have in the 22 draft?
I actually
I thought Randy said something about 7
I think he said
rounders?
five first rounders. 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't think they're trading Chikrin, because obviously they're in a rebuild and Chikrin's one of the building blocks. He's like you know, Ekblad is to us or a Barkov. So be nice to, you know, it's nice to fantasize, but that's not happening. But
no, like you said,
they don't need to make a trade. You know, they need to make a trade for really good players. So
right, yeah, no, we don't,
and we don't have anybody that's up to the same caliber or player as Chikrin.
Right, no.
I don't see us giving up you know, a Montour.
Not interested. Not.
I wouldn't mind, you know, if they wanted Carlson or this Pallavi kid or Prisky or a combination.
Yeah,
but I don't think it's happening.
No,
but it's a nice story.
Yeah, it'd be. Look, I mean, if we could add one more to the top 4, and then you'd have basically a top 4 in your bottom pair. You know what I mean? Because Montour is playing like a top 4 at this point.
And Chikrin's a lefty shot.
Right. Yeah.
So.
Well, like you said, they like Carlson. The team likes Carlson, and they're obviously want to give this kid Ulevy a shot. I think he played 23 games. He already played last year. Well, he was only a -1, so he clearly wasn't out there just, you know, blowing things up. We'll have to see. He's just another offensive puck moving, you know, faster, you know, kind of smallish defenseman.
I'll give him some slack because it was his first game, and I know he must have been nervous. So you know, don't forget, he's 23 years old.
Right.
So let's go on a side note, because I watched you know, after the games are over, I always turn over to the NHL Network to see what they have to say about the Panthers. So they had, you know, bonus coverage. I love when they have bonus coverage, and they had Philly and Vegas, and our good buddy Keith Yandel set up and I get, you know, he's still got the chops when it comes to making the quarterback plays on the power play.
Right.
And he made a pass last night, and it was, I mean, I don't know. I turned the game off, so I don't know who won, but Vegas and Philly were tied, and Philly was on a power play, and Yandel threw it right down in front, and Konecki threw it over to Van Riemsdyk for a tap-in. I mean, great goal, great setup, and, reminded me of the many times that he set up goals like that.
Right.
And then they showed, I think he's at 946 now. And I think number one is at 966, something like that. He's going to get it this year.
Who's that?
Yandel, the Iron Man.
Oh, the Iron Man. Oh, okay. Yeah. The streaks. Oh, yeah. No, he's going to get it this year. Yeah, as long as he stays.
But I didn't realize that Phil Kessel has 9 something.
Yeah.
He's over 900 games.
Yeah.
But it would have been nice for him to get the record when he was here. But I just want to see him get it and then retire,
Right.
I mean, why else is he playing?
Well,
Philly ain't winning the cup anytime soon.
No. When we picked up, when Philly picked up Connaughton, somebody on the Discord sent me a thread from Flyers Twitter when they picked up Connaughton, and there were a bunch of people who were wondering, well, do we get to send Yandel back now and trade? Can we give him Yandel back? So I kind of had a kick out of that. No, he is what he is, but he is what he is. You live and die by it, right? He'll make those plays, and then later on in the game, it'll get past him at the blue line, and before you know it, your goalie has to make a save on a breakaway.
He actually made another. He actually had an assist on another goal.
Wow. Well,
but I'm thinking I really wish Kirkstad would have stepped up better. Out of all of them, I really like that kid, and nobody has been at that excellence level. They're okay, they're good, but
I thought Carlson was coming on. I really did think.
Me too.
He was coming on. I was surprised that. I mean, I get it. Ulevy was the 5th pick in the draft, so they want to give him every opportunity just based on that. But I thought Carlson was. I thought we were set. I thought we were good. But I
think they just wanted to see what he could do. I think Carlson will be back the other night. The guy that did it, that went from just being a pickup, blah, 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 we don't know, and turned into being a diamond is Forsling. Nobody expected when we got him.
Right.
All it took me was really one game to see how he moved the puck and his his hockey IQ, for me to know that he was going to be a really good one for us. By the way, so I'm watching last night on the NHL Network, and they list all the defensemen vying for the Calder. And, most of them are big on Kyle McCarr. I think he's got 12 goals.
Jeez.
Roman Josi scored last night. He's got 9 goals. Ekblad has 8 goals. Ekblad is like a few points behind. Josi, I think, leads. But one of the guys said that Adam Fox is the man. And the reason why Adam Fox is the man, and he made this bold statement, Adam Fox has the best hockey IQ in the league, forward or defenseman.
Jeez.
I would argue on that.
I know. Huberdeau.
I think Barkov's got.
I think Barkov. I think Huberdeau.
Lundell, or even a rookie's got great hockey IQ.
Right.
That was his prediction. So,
remember, it's a New York. It's a New York thing. They're always going to pump up. They're always going to pump up anybody from New York or Boston. You know what I mean?
So that's going to be an interesting race. Forget about the call on the. I meant the Norris.
Yeah, you meant the Norris. Yeah.
Forget about the Calder. I think we kind of, at least I've put it to bed that Lundell's not going to get it. But
hey, 2 months ago we were saying Spencer Knight was going to win the Calder. So at this point, well, it's unfortunate that Lusterina has had just a few too many games, or he'd be in the conversation just as much, if not more, than Lundell. But he's had a few too many games.
But not really, because I don't think that the writers see enough of the Panthers
right
to make that that call, that vote. And we're just in one of those, we're not in a major market. You might be right about the New York thing.
Yeah.
But
I mean, Fox won it last year,
Yeah. Again, I don't care. And I'm sure the players would say it'd be nice to have that hardware, but there's only, one piece of hardware I want. Yeah, so
exactly.
Anyway, we'll see what happens Sunday. Yep. It should be a good game. I hope they come out. Well, they need a start. They need one of those games like they did against Carolina, where they know that if they don't come out like a house on fire, they're in trouble.
Right.
Because
now
Colorado at home. I saw the Panthers play there a few years ago, and that place is rocking, the Pepsi Center.
Yeah. Oh, it's gonna be a Sunday night. It's gonna be rocking.
Let's see if that game, they don't have it scheduled, but I'd be curious to see if they switch things around and don't have that game on like the NHL Network or I haven't watched any. I haven't watched any of the games on ESPN. I don't even know when they're on.
Right.
I mean, some nights I go on just for curiosity's sake to look and see what game is playing, and they don't even have a game. So I don't even know how many games there. I mean, at least with the NBC Sports Network, you basically had a game every night. So it was for me. It was like I'd either go to NBC Sports or I'd go to NHL Network, and besides the Panther games, I'd have a game every night to watch.
Mm-hmm.
So
I know, and they got that ESPN Plus thing, which that's they're going to eventually try to force that down everybody's throat more and more. You know what I mean? So, it's like the international stuff with football. For a while, it was just once a season. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden, it became a lot more. I mean, how many times did they play? There was at least 4 London games this year, I think. It was at least 3 or 4. So, all right.
So we got Colorado.
Right. Yeah. I don't have my.
And then we come back Tuesday night is the Senators. So we don't win that game. It's one of those. That's another game we should win. LA's on Thursday.
Right. That's a game I have tickets to give away.
LA could be either way. LA's one of those teams, like, don't take them for granted.
Right.
And then we get crazy schedule. Then we go back on the road for another short trip to Minnesota on Saturday. And then we got the Blackhawks on Tuesday. And then we come back and play Nashville on Thursday.
Right.
So, and then we got the Hurricanes the following Monday. And then on the 29th and 30th, we got the Rangers and then Tampa.
Yeah, exactly. Back to back. And I'm not sure if Tampa plays the night before. I'm not sure if they play the night before. I think they don't. I think we played 2 in a row, and I think they're off the night before. If I remember correctly from when I did a schedule review, over summer. So, yeah, we're gonna play the Rangers and then Tampa the next night. If we get 4 points out of those games, then we could have a discussion, right, about the cup, because that's a kill, and that's not home games either. That's
no, those are home games.
Are they both?
Yeah, I'm going to both of them.
Okay, so then it must be later on in the year where we play. There's a space where we play a road game, and then the next day we have Tampa Bay at home.
I want to know what happened to the usual holiday Rangers in Montreal Christmas time games.
Right.
Montreal has always come down here.
Right. Yeah. They always, every year they would have all the Canadian teams come down to Montreal.
Yeah. Huberto used to come down with his family, remember?
Yeah.
And their motorhome.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's going to be, like I said, Colorado's a really big test on Sunday, but they can't come back home whether they win or they lose Sunday and lose to this. These are the games that could make or break us being the division winner.
Yeah.
Is losing to an Arizona, losing to a Senators, those games.
Right.
All right. So we talked about how the Panthers had the toughest schedule to start the season. So now that we're going to be starting to play some of these teams, we have to, again.
No, we got to take care of business.
We got to take care of business. Exactly.
And that's what we did last night. It wasn't exciting, but we took care of business. So we'll take it. So, all right, bud. Enjoy the rest of your day. It's Saturday. It's so weird that it was Friday night and Saturday, and then there's no Dolphin game tomorrow, and then there's hockey tomorrow, and then Monday morning we'll be doing one of these. It's all off.
Yeah, the Friday games are weird. It always was Thursday and Saturday, especially the home games.
Yeah. Very. It
always used to be Thursday and Saturday. So I'm looking forward to again. I'm hoping that Barkov and Duclair are both playing in that game. If they are, and we got the top line versus, the McKinnon, Landeskog, and I always forget his name. Retinen, Mikko Retinen. Yeah, we got that. That's a great matchup.
Yeah. Now remember, of course, when Duke plays, how the injuries leak sometimes after the guy is healed. Remember, when he plays and you hear it was a groin, I told you, the Puppets told me 2 weeks ago it was his groin. All right. Eventually, they're going to get it right enough to where you and Stu is going to have to say, all right, the Puppets they get a say. All right, guys. All right, bud. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we will be back Monday morning.
All righty.